What's up, guys? It's your boy Ikram Rasul. This video is social media tips to help you get that A star in economics. And now you'll be questioning, I've never seen like other YouTubers make a video on this. It seems so stupid. Just make a video about demergers and regulation. But I would say this is actually the root, right? If you don't fix social media or social media addiction, forget about the A star, right? Forget about it, yeah. And especially this comes into play, especially here. You might have been well in managing it before for paper one, paper two. However, because the gap is so big between paper three, right, since paper two compared to the gap between paper one and paper two, you might slack in this regard, and especially because you need to cover a lot more content for this paper. I would say, kind of controlling this addiction is a lot more important, especially now. You're coming to the half-term break, etc. So it's important. So just kicking off, first tip I'll give you, yeah. First tip, just I'm projecting this whole video, yeah. I suffer from this as well, yeah. No human being does not suffer from this. But the first tip I'll give you is go for grayscale, yeah. So grayscale, basically, as you can see in this image, it turns the laptop, or I would refrain from doing it in the laptop because the laptop, you use it for many different purposes, right? But for your phone, use it for your phone, yeah. So you go into accessibility in your iPhone settings, or if you use a Samsung, I don't know, I've never used a Samsung in a long time. You go into settings, you go into accessibility. There's something more things you go into, and then you can make it grayscale. So just Google overview that, or AI ChatGPT that, to get the instructions, and then you get a screen like this, and it's very helpful, when I know they haven't grayscaled it completely, but you can see the point, right? It makes it a lot less appealing watching these videos. Yes, you'll still go onto social media, but the amount of time you'll spend on these videos will reduce drastically, because you're not enjoying it as much. You want to see what color this guy's hair is, what etc. Like color is such a big thing, that engages things. You guys might have studied a bit of psychology, like the color red, etc., and how it increases engagement, whatever. But color is an important thing, right? So definitely try it out and thank me later. Like, grayscale is the number one thing. Yeah, if you can't go number two step, the other steps, a bit more drastic. But this is a simple one everyone can do. At least do it for the exam. Yeah, try it out. Try it out. No harm in doing so. Now the second tip is, now you guys are a bit scared, yeah? Now you guys are thinking, delete it, going cold turkey. I'm not willing to do that. I want my time in the day where I'm scrolling, I want to check up on my friends. I want to, have a bit of a laugh. I'm a bit depressed, in my room all day, and, the exams, I just want to have a laugh a bit, So I'm not doing that. All I'm saying is, when you want to use it, install the app. But when you've done using the app, you delete the app. As you can see here, how you hold on to the app. Again, Samsung users, you know what to do. You hold on to the app, you press the X, this comes up, and you press delete, right? After using the app. And then you install again when you want to use it again. Yeah, you go into the app store, you wait for it to go. If you have bad internet, it's even the waiting process is even longer. But why this is important? Because it really makes you think, why am I going onto this app for? Is it to check on messages? Is it to check on a specific channel like mine? Yeah, or like specific econ channels. Yeah, you might not like me, other people. Yeah, so checking on them. So it really makes you think. Otherwise, if you don't have it deleted, you can just press it anytime. It's very habitual, right? You guys have studied behavioral economics. It's very habitual. This is a part of the status quo, and this is like very routine behavior for you. You don't even really think, before pressing it on. Again, I'm projecting, guys. I'm no angel, so this helps you really. That waiting time really makes you think, is it really worth it? Do I really need to go on social media? Sometimes you'll like be installing, and mid installing you'll just delete it again because you're like, I don't really need to use it. I just used it a bit of time ago. And sometimes it's just long, like, and that will really like make you think, is it worth me waiting all that time for it to install, or should I just go about my day? So, and if this is not working, maybe think of times in the day. Yeah, of course, make the intention you'll fail, right? Especially at the start, but maybe make some time in the day. Maybe I'm gonna do it before bed. Maybe I'm gonna do it, after lunch, after dinner. Set some times in the day. I'm gonna do it 1, 2, 3 times a day, and then slowly, you're gonna get off the addiction, and you might even do one once a day. Who knows? But this is a really good one. It gives you the time to think. Of course, that's the best thing, right? And then the final tip, yeah. Now you're like I have to install. I've got eating. I'm eating my food. My family don't sit with me when I'm eating, or like when I'm having some food. I really like having like social media. I really like flicking through. Watching the videos while I'm eating. Like so boring eating without scrolling. Well, I've got an alternative for you, yeah. So I'm not scrolling is well and good, but maybe do on something that is less addictive. That requires more brain power. It's still entertaining, right? It's still entertaining, but it's not an addictive. It doesn't like drain your dopamine, etc. So blogs are a really good thing, right? So maybe you like dogs, maybe you like ducks, maybe you like spaceships. There's so many blogs out there, yeah. Maybe you like politics. I don't know. Everyone's got a different interest watching this, yeah. Don't do economics because you're banging it out every day. Or at least you should be. Maybe after this you will be, but get a blog, search up, make a list, and just scroll through any article you like when you're eating. Just click on it and scroll. Like you guys are used to scrolling. Like your thumb is used to scrolling, so shouldn't be boring or like something new. But it's scrolling something that is less addictive. When you finish your meal, you're not really on it. You're like you go back to revision. So I hope that makes sense. Those are the 3 tips. That's personally my journey. That's been my journey, right? So I'm just projecting here, but hopefully this can be beneficial. Yeah, because again, if you're not really curbing this addiction, you might have noticed yourself. Really take this moment to reflect. Like so many days you might have not done revision, and you might be one of those who've crammed. And it's not really been helpful. Like maybe you've crammed so much, you've stressed yourself out so much, you've taken multiple visits to the toilet, due to that. You stopped eating due to that. You've gotten skinny due to that. Again, projecting, guys, projecting, yeah. But yeah, hopefully this helps you. Again, if you're able to manage it, if you're able to have a control on social media, and social media is not controlling you, that's a good thing, right? You want to be in control, right? You guys like being in control, right? You guys don't like being the victim, right? So that's it, guys. We're going to do it under 10 minutes because people don't like videos under over 10 minutes. So this is my second video. Peace.